currently know me as the promoter of MOFA, a 1,200 crore company, and transitioned recently to set up new businesses, 6 of them, in the area of education, analytics, and consulting. 20 years since we started, our growth rate remained at 67%. For 20 years per annum, that was the growth rate we had. The first phase of 8 years, we grew 84% per annum. Industry was young. We were right after the government's liberalization we started. We didn't do anything very extraordinary in the sense it was the same placement business, but we did it a little differently. 92, August 15th when we started. We always tended to, as people call, over-recruit. We went to the best of institutes, got the best of students, oftentimes embarrassing some of our clients. We used to go to IIM Ahmedabad in the first day, and some of my clients used to actually come on the second day kind of a thing. It used to be an embarrassment. We constantly invested in the highest quality people we could find in town and kept on moving up the value chain as to what all you can do in the domain of HR. That's how we grew. Ownership-wise, we were having this unique model, 276 small investors who came in over a 8-year period. And the second phase, when we were the first in our industry to go in for venture capital, in those days, it was a novelty, 2000, beginning when we took venture capital, 3 VCs, $2 million, 26% stake. And these collectively, 276 of them held about 26%. So we were, in a way, minority shareholders, but we continued. We kept on the growth. Growth was important. You know, to do the 1,000 crores within, we wanted to do it within 15 years. We could do it only after 18 years. But we did this nevertheless. So we kept on growing. So as they say in business, the 3 dimensions: scale of a business, scope of a business, depth of a business. And that's how our scope became as wide as 16 different services. At some point in time, we even started a software company focused on HR automation, which transitioned into many different things. It was growth which was non-negotiable, absolutely non-negotiable. Keep on building depth through more money, more equity, through better management bandwidth, through intellectual property right. Many people used to ask ourselves, why on earth are you getting a research group even before you turn 10 crore turnover? We were the first in our industry to cross 10 crores. We were the first in our industry to cross 100 crores. We were the first in our industry to cross 1,000 crores. And we always kept the small company mindset. Everywhere, every one of my key people held equity in the company. So it's a kind of transitions as we saw emerging in the marketplace and responded accordingly. We started the company. I was alone with my wife. We were the 2 employees. But even then, we will not work without getting an advance. Very, very strong positions we had taken. People used to laugh at us. I mean, I used to say it's a matter of izzat for me. You go and hire a marketing consulting, you pay advance. You go and hire an IT guy, you pay an advance. Why would you not pay an advance for a recruitment company? That's what I used to call, and I used to clearly say we will not work. But we used to commit 24 hours response, 48 hours response. You know, we'll get the right CVs within this kind of a time, validated CVs, all those things which make this industry professional, we used to do. And we always kept connecting with the rest of the world. Transitions of equity, where these 276 investors and the 3 VCs can go into a multinational, but still you can hold your entrepreneurial ambition. That, you know, the idea that you can hold a 19% stake, but still it be your company, was new to me at that point. The challenges were of a different kind, okay, where Randstad, one company, one brand, one culture, and we had to deal with them. So after 2 years, I decided to buy back my brand, let go of the recruitment and staffing businesses, and create 6 new enterprises in its place. Business consulting, supply chain management, management education, analytics, and what have you. That's the stage that I am in currently, and of course I did become an MLA after that. So I'm one of the few entrepreneurs who have actually become an MLA, and I'm the National Secretary of a small party. The key to it is thinking beyond your comfort. Wherever there is a certain, comfort in terms of ideas, knowledge, capabilities, experiences, uh, the idea of transcending them, there are certain things which we always get limited by your ideas, by the present. What's really there right now? I also invested in one of these venture capitals focused on small scale manufacturing called Forum Synergies. I believe that diversity is a great virtue. We used to always have the percentage of women in my company between 50 to 55%. They were never less than 50%. Of course, our industry is always a little more women employees, but we consciously made it as a mandatory thing. So it allows us to transcend really beyond limitations. Can you move beyond your authority? The idea of authority and, that authority gives you power is to me a completely outdated idea. Power comes from many, many sources. One of it is formal authority. The poorest form of power is the formal authority. Can you actually move beyond your authority and develop power sources which get rooted in your expertise, which get rooted in your moral positioning, which gets rooted in many things other than authority? That's a point I like to raise. And my honest submission to you at this point in time, there's one takeaway I like to see you carry is this experience of transcending is a pleasure in itself. The greatest moments I've experienced in being an entrepreneur is this time when you really transcend. So I think this idea of transcending are the moments of great thrill. Whether it's a new idea that you capture ahead of anyone else, or whether it's a new way of crafting a service that you create ahead of anybody else, those are moments of transcending yourself. So can you think beyond you? Can you, move beyond yourself? Can you move beyond the immediacy of the moment and create lasting organizations, which, as the organizers have said, can giant of an organization get born from the seeds that each one of you have planted as small and medium scale industries? May giants emerge out of each one of you. If someone with 60,000 rupees can create a 1,200 crore company, which is today the largest in HR services, the most creative in HR services in my view, each one of you can create.